Hello, my name's Edward Bolton, and I'm here to present my next video presentation, Video Presentation 2. And it's about these various concepts that we just learned about. Starting off, I have one example to demonstrate social currency. I would say the YouTuber Super Eye Patch Wolf had a real mastery over social currency, using his personality, his sense of humor, just the fact that he had a long history of being a well-respected video essayist to get people into a game that they probably normally wouldn't play. I'm citing the video he made called "The Cruelest Video Game Ever," and it's about a RPG that is incredibly punishing and sometimes unfair, but like just something that asks a lot from a person. It requires them to learn a lot, to die a lot, to kind of really slam their head against the wall, and sometimes rely on a little bit of chance, but not entirely. And his presentation style, everything that he puts across works into this, and by combining his personality and even footage from his own playthroughs, he's able to bring people in with the force of his personality and his charisma and the funniness. And it's because people have known him for so many years as being that kind of person that has like fundamentally a grip on maybe even a little parasocial grip on his followers. I think it brought in a huge audience that probably would not in any extent that it would have otherwise gone to such a game. And it really helped to feed the community and, just kind of like bring it alive in a unique way. And yeah, I think that's showing him putting his social currency across to raise the value of something, to bring attention to it, to eyes, purchases of the game. It had a real, genuine effect in a tangible way that really brought it across. So yeah, I'd say generally that was a great demonstration of his social currency to affect things, bring in sales, that kind of thing. The second example I want to talk about is in regards to the use of triggers. I would say the Trump assassination anime video really, really brought this across, right? It was a very shocking thing, a presidential assassination. Instantly that grabs you, it brings you in, right? And then combining it with anime, specifically JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a series that is kind of known for, being bizarre, over the top, super striking imagery, very visceral, a little absurd and goofy, but, kind of all these elements that many people often associate with Trump, right? These two things are a match made in heaven, and it combines politics with popular media. And the combination of those two things will bring in a large diversity of people, even just the nature of the event itself, right? All of these are triggers to bring people into that kind of headspace and just enjoy a video for what it is. It makes it go viral. Even like the imagery of him like raising his fist in front of the American flag. I think these things really they shine together. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that's generally what you could draw from that. It is something that sets off little triggers in people's heads to make the content compelling. The third one I wanted to talk about was centered around emotions, right? Emotions bring people in, they hold them, they make that piece of media emotionally significant to people. And I would say a good example would be Cicero's Finest Hour. This is part of a history YouTube channel's chronological telling of Roman history, right? And it covers miscellaneous kind of topics as well. Cicero was a famous Roman senator. He was involved in the life of Julius Caesar and the civil wars and his assassination. And so we've been through all of this together. And there's like lots of complicated dynamics that he had with Caesar, and that he had with Octavian, who succeeds Caesar and is adopted as his son, right? Caesar adopts him as his son through the will, and he's coming back to the city, and there have been riots and all kinds of war and awful stuff going on, and he has a decision if he runs away or if he does everything he can to try and preserve the Republic. If he keeps fighting and fighting and fighting, despite all the different factions and all the chaos, will he stay or will he go? And he decides to stay and fight for Rome. And he puts up a good fight. He passes lots of legislation. He has the sides being played off one another. But in the end, it's just not enough. In the end, everyone gangs up against democracy, and the second triumvirate is born. And at this point, they do something called prescription, where essentially they strip people of their Roman citizenship, and they put out bulletins for of their names. And if you kill that person as a private citizen, you get a portion of their wealth. You get to seize it. And this is something that happened in the past. Like, people know what this is, right? And it's a horrible thing. And he realizes he's prescribed and that any chance of him saving the Republic is gone. So he simply goes on a stroll with some friends down to a river, and some guys start looking for him because they want to get the money, some soldiers. And yeah, he just sits down and reads a book and tells his friends to go away. When he sees him, he gets up and he just walks over and says, cut right here. What you're doing is wrong. But you might as well just do it quickly. And the Republic is basically doomed. And, they kill him. And then they take his head and his hands and they staple them to the speaker platform where he spoke to try and save the Republic. And they nail them there. It's heart-wrenching, especially for someone who loves Cicero and what he represented. And I think I always remember it. It's one of the most memorable episodes to me. So yeah, all in all, social currency, triggers, emotion, it's all part of this ability to grab people and pull them in and make something truly engaging. Thank you.